All right, I'm going to give you a preview of the document that contains information about how to create this historically based project. So this is what the PDF looks like, and I'm going to go through it. Not the entire thing, just kind of the parts that you would need to know in order to complete this project. All right, so we've got a table of contents that's going to help you navigate the different pages of this PDF. An introduction, information about Hamilton, an interview with Lin-Manuel Miranda. All right, so this page 8 of your PDF is going to start giving you a timeline of events. Now, this is going to be important because a lot of the characters and events and documents that you have to choose from are somewhere in this timeline, and if not, they fit within the timeline and the context of everything else. So, for example, if your person, something about their life is not in this timeline, it may be important to know what else is going on in the world and with other people and documents in the United States at that same time. So this could be helpful for you also to put your character or event or document in context. Page 9 continues with this timeline. Page 10 has you looking at some primary source documents. So it has you looking at free thoughts on the proceedings of the Continental Congress and a full vindication of the measures of the Congress. So it gives you some worksheets and the primary source documents. It tells you what to do with them. It says you'll be able to identify each author's point of view and their reason for writing the document. So this can give you just the process that they go through in this PDF is a good process for you to go through as an artist in this lesson. So I am not asking that you read this, identify keywords, summarize, restate in your own words. I'm not asking that you do this with this primary source document, nor the next one. I am saying, though, that if you are going to be using historical documents as the basis of your piece, which I am asking you to do, that you go through the same process that it's asking you to do for your own research. So if you decide to write about Abigail Adams, that you're going through the documents about Abigail Adams like this. You're identifying, okay, what are the important words in this article? What's the summary? What am I seeing here about her? And then how can I restate this in my own words so that I can use some part of that summary in my rap, song, monologue, etc. Now we're looking at how Miranda created the song Farmer Refuted. So again, this is just really good information for how you will be creating your own performance piece. So again, I'm not asking that you compare and contrast the original texts to the primary source documents. I am asking, though, that you see the process that Miranda went through in order to do this on your own. So if you read the primary source documents, and you look at this scene, these lyrics from Miranda's Farmer Refuted, you should be able to see how he drew information from those sources to create this song. All right, and then you could compare and contrast, but the important thing here is that you see the process that he went through. I'm now on page 16 of the PDF. This is where the instructions come in to create your own performance. So here it gives you a really good outline for how to create your own performance piece. So you're going to have to decide what story you want to tell, how you're going to tell it. Then you need to write, and then notice that it says it should not be longer than 2 minutes long. It asks you to rehearse and revise, which is a good step for any writing or performance piece. Like I usually ask you to write a first draft and then turn something into me that's more polished. This project is asking you to kind of go over it first before you hit record so that you are presenting your best possible piece before you publish it. Then it gives you some ideas of who to write about. Now it says you could choose any founding era person, event, or document. I highly recommend that you don't go off of the list that it gives you of people, events, and key documents on pages 16 and 17. Just choose one that's already on there. Even if you're a history buff, there are some unique things that you can do with anything that's listed on these 2 pages. So there's really no need to start going off and choosing a different founding era document, person, or event. Now on page 18, you see another graphic organizer. This is going to be hugely important for anybody who's interested in doing this performance piece because it is a good outline and helps you develop your ideas. So you're summarizing what you knew from the primary source documents. You're giving me information from each primary source document. And that's going to be great because it's going to show that this is either historic nonfiction or historic fiction, but either way, you've based it on true people, events, or documents. And then this is kind of where you're getting creative and saying, okay, what about this person or event is really resonating with you? Like what specific part of their life or part of this event or part of this document is what you're going to base your creative project on, and then how will you research how will your research help you tell your story? All right, you've got more of an organizer on page 19. This is more of for the key documents than the people or events. On page 20, you're going to see kind of questions for thought. So you need to decide how you're going to tell your story. Are you going to tell it through rap, song, poem, monologue, or scene? Your next step after you choose which format your piece is going to take, you're going to write your piece. Even if you are doing a scene or a monologue or a song on tape, it needs to be something that you've written down first. Again, it should be a maximum of 2 minutes, and it must be based on your research. If you're going to work with other people digitally, that's fine. If you are both going to be part of a scene, perhaps one person records from home, then another person records from home. You've got like a video chat between like Abigail and John Adams. That's fine if you're going to do that, but I shouldn't see that like I'm sketching one piece with like one person on screen and somebody else is like, oh, well, I helped write the lyrics. Like a 2 or 3 people group means to me that you've written and recorded this, and I could see when I watch this video the work of more than one person. Again, you should be rehearsing and revising before you perform. Now for here, a performance means that you're going to have to record it and then upload your performance to Google Classroom. All right, and if you have any questions, please email me.